Hello, my brothers and sisters in Christ and guests. Vicky here, coming to you from Southeast Central Kansas. It's time for the Washroom Report, and we do have some breaking developments that are just coming out the last 3 hours or so in Israel. However, there are some other pressing matters that we do need to speak about. Okay, so let's get started. It is um, March. Yeah, March the 9th, 2023, and the time here is approximately 2:43 Central Standard Time in the afternoon. Okay, this came out uh, yesterday. Israel's head of National Security Council said on national TV, Israel is ready to strike Iran and the Americans know about it. Israel will not rely on anyone in order to take care of its security. Iran has just been put on notice, okay? Also, this came out. Pentagon is investigating reports of UFOs turning off nuclear warheads, shooting test missiles. And that came out of the EU. Okay? Yeah. This came out early morning, and it was, I guess, from late last night. Yeah, they like to put out a lot of news late at night because, the news cycle is so quick, hoping people aren't going to see it. Yeah. The United States has released from Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, a military prisoner who has been suspect in the 9/11 2001 attack on the Twin Towers in New York City, but was never charged. They let him go. I hope he goes back to Saudi Arabia and does his jihad there. Unprecedented, right? I'm sick and tired of it. This came out of Baltic Security. The Department of the U.S. Army announced summer deployments of units in support of Operation Atlantic Resolve. The 2nd ABCT 3rd Infantry to replace the 2nd ABCT 1st Cavalry Division and the 2nd ABCT 1st Armored Division to replace the 2nd ABCT Fighting 1st. Okay? And the U.S. has already begun deploying units to replace units that are currently in Poland and Romania. 500 soldiers from one will replace other soldiers. 3,800 soldiers from the 1st IBCT 101st Division will replace the 2nd IBCT 101st Airborne Division. Okay. This came out early this morning. This is protesters in Tel Aviv chanting against the Israeli police over Hawari and the terrorists that were killed by IDF. Okay. Hold on. And they just keep moving along like it doesn't even bother them. But you know it does. People are human. Um, this came out of Israel News. Disperse of the protesters on Ayalon Street, and they closed the street in both directions. Okay, it's in Tel Aviv. Now, you know, people in the middle of the highway. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay. As the protesters intensify their opposition to the judicial reforms in the government uh, by Prime Minister Netanyahu, he was scheduled to take a trip, okay, overseas, and had to be airlifted. I assumed, okay, he was coming here, okay, but he did end up meeting with uh, Secretary of Defense Austin, okay, and Austin also was in Egypt. Yeah, but anyway, Netanyahu had to be airlifted by helicopter to get to his plane to leave. Okay. This morning, a security camera captures the moment a small plane crashed near homes in Long Island, New York, and sends billowing smoke into the sky. I don't know what my dogs are barking about. Probably the male ladies here. Yeah. Uh, Lloyd Austin, he was in Israel with a uh, Reuters correspondent that was traveling with him, um, and they rescheduled due to the massive protests, which are just over the top. But it did end up happening, okay? Listen to this. Australia's nuclear submarines will ensure peace and stability across the Indo Pacific, Southeast Asia, and Indian Ocean. Defense Minister Richard um, Marles says ahead of a landmark agreement between Washington, Canberra, and London. Then, somewhere in the Arctic, okay, they have found another infectious disease from permafrost in the melting Arctic ice, and they are calling it the zombie virus. You just can't make it up. Saudi Arabia seeks to strengthen and develop relations with Russia on all levels, says Saudi Arabia's Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan during a meeting with his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov in Moscow. Yeah, they're having meetings in Moscow. And Russia has welcomed Saudi Arabia's role to help resolve the conflict in Ukraine, says Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. What happened to China? Hmm. Yeah. 15 hours ago, 3 Arab terrorists were eliminated in the Jenin area, Israel, after they opened fire at security forces operating in the area. Anti-judicial anarchist protesters take over the freeway. Okay, showed you that. Let's see. And as expected this morning, North Korea fires short-range ballistic missile toward the Yellow Sea. And Burundi charges 24 people with homosexuality in their anti-gay crackdown. Good for them. And the world will go completely insane. Senator Minority Leader Mitch McConnell admitted to hospital after falling at a hotel. A major data breach of DC Health Link has been exposed. The personal information of all House members, their families, and staff. Yeah, cybersecurity. Saudi Arabia's foreign minister, Prince Faisal bin Farhan, meets his Russian counterpart, Sergei Lavrov. Just showing you some evidence, okay? Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, okay, talked about that, had to be airlifted because of all the protesting. And here you go. This was the terror attack. One early this morning. Oh no, those were, well, burning tires on the Ayalon freeway. Okay, stopping traffic. Uganda has presented their anti-gay bill in Parliament. Here we go. There has been a terrorist event in Tel Aviv, Israel. 2 of the terrorists were wanted for carrying out several recent shooting attacks. The third had been released from prison last month. Yeah. Several guns and explosives were found in his car, and they may have been on their way to carry out another terror attack. Guns, ammo. 3 armed PIJ, Palestinian Islamic Jihad terrorists, were killed this morning after they opened fire on IDF troops. Okay. In a passing car. Now, this is happening. 3 wounded, 1 critical, 1 moderate, 1 severe, I believe, in Tel Aviv shooting attacks at a coffee shop, which now has caused Palestinians in Jabba, which is near Jenin, celebrating. This just came out 48 minutes ago. Tonight's terror attack in Tel Aviv. Welcome to the Hamas governance. 2 Palestinians aged 44 and 47 accused of collaboration with Israel were sentenced to death by hanging in a Hamas court in the Gaza Strip, which they probably have already done it. When they do a sentencing, they just carry it out. There's no sitting in jail for 10, 20 years before, yeah. President Herzog is going to address the nation at, well, it'll be here in about 2 minutes if he's on time, 8 p.m. tonight, Israel time, because it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon here, okay? Well, that can't be right. He must have already done it, but I haven't gotten a thread from that, because if it's 3 here, it's midnight there, okay? So, police deployment of checkpoints in the entire Gush Dan region due to one of the terrorists that fled, okay? And police are evacuating all entertainment centers as there is reason to believe a second terrorist may have fled. And the mayor in the south has ordered all of the protesters to return home immediately. This is a video from the scene of the shooting in Tel Aviv. Really, all you can hear is gunfire. You see him running across the street. Well, that's not the one with the gunfire, but there are. Hold on. Then this is just so wicked. These are young children coming home, celebrating with their families the terror attack, both of them this morning and tonight, celebrating with their families the killing, murder of Jewish people. Child abuse. What did Jesus say? If anyone should hurt any of these little children, it would be better that a millstone be tied around their neck and therefore cast out into the sea. Actually, it would have been better if they had never been born at all. Now, here you go. Guess where Prime Minister Netanyahu is? Yeah. Prime Minister's military secretary left the event at the synagogue in Rome, where he was present and received the updates on the shooting on Dizengoff Street in Tel Aviv. So he is in Rome. And Palestinian media reporting 3 dead after Israel forces opened fire on the vehicle in the south of Jenin. And like I said, there is still a manhunt going on. It's believed that there is one that is still on the loose. So, love you guys. Stand strong in the faith. Things are so hot right now. We have to be going home. Yeah. Abba, Maranatha, I love y'all.